So I want to start out by talking about the immune system. And there's different organs that make up the immune system. On the right-hand side, you can see all the different parts of it. So it's not just the specific immune system that's located in the digestive tract, but you also have different organs all the way up into the neck, um, the armpits, and then as well as down into the groin region, and then as well as your skeletal system is involved with the immune system as well. Um, so it is composed of cells, tissues, and organs, and the whole purpose is to shield the body from infection and to help prevent and fight off disease. The main cells within the immune system are called leukocytes. Those are the white blood cells, which basically act as search and destroy cells in order to attack harmful and infectious cells that may cause issues within the body. And then I want to talk about the nervous system and how this is linked to the immune system. So with chiropractic, the whole point is to free up the nervous system so that communication between the brain and spinal cord can flow nicely with the rest of the body so that the body can function at normal capacity. And I've mentioned this in previous health topics, but I want to reiterate this because it's so important and it kind of hones in on the whole concept of chiropractic and then how chiropractic ties into helping boost the immune system and decreasing allergies. So the immune system itself is hardwired within the nervous system because the nervous system is kind of the control board for everything in the body. It also controls the immune system. So now with chiropractic, you also need to focus on proper alignment because if there's any kind of misalignment within the spine, compressing these nerves that are exiting the spinal cord, that's where you start running into issues. So specifically with the topic of this presentation, decreasing communication to the immune system, which can reflect then on how we fight disease, prevent disease, how our bodies respond to outside allergens as well. And these misalignments can lead to, like I said, allergies, disease, and then infection, and how our body cooperates with these and how it adapts to these. So chiropractic adjustments fix these misalignments to help restore the nervous system and body to normal function. And I just wanted to put this chart in here because it ties together how chiropractic adjustments help boost the immune system and immune response. So you can see individuals, and in this one it's individuals with cancer or other serious diseases who weren't adjusted. And then as you progress onto the chart, individuals who receive long-term chiropractic care and then as well as individuals not under any kind of chiropractic care and how their immune system responded to and what their immune competence was, which means how their immune systems respond to outside factors and anything that might be attacking their systems. So the people who did receive long-term chiropractic care, you can see that there was a 400% greater immune competency within their immune system. So by receiving chiropractic care along with a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle and exercise, healthy food choices, it just helps your body to function more normally and to be able to fight off outside diseases, allergens, help you repair when there's an injury, prevent any type of cancer from forming. So you can see that all of this stuff, and it's not just chiropractic, but all these different factors that are required, and then repetition of this lifestyle. It's not just you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm the healthiest that I've ever been, so now I don't have to worry about anything. No, it's something that has to be practiced day in and day out. It's a lifestyle. So I want to talk about how food impacts your immune response. Food, as I've mentioned in my other health talk about boosting your skeletal system using food and helping to support that. I mentioned that how everything that you eat, you are everything that you eat essentially. So when it comes to food, it does have a huge impact on your immune system and your immune response, as well as the control of the central nervous system. But 80% of your immune system is located within your GI tract. So if you're eating a lot of foods that you're very sensitive to or that are just complete garbage that your body can't process properly, you are going to have some side effects of this. And this can come out in multiple ways, being more sensitive to allergens, pollens, any kind of environmental allergens, different types of food. The biggest ones that we see are wheat, gluten, dairy, and processed sugar in the United States. So if you are sensitive to these, it's best to just avoid them altogether so that your immune system can function at normal capacity. It might be a good idea to have some food allergy testing done if you find that you're overly fatigued or have any kind of symptoms of weight gain, you can't get the weight off, any kind of excess bloating, a lot of water retention. Sometimes these signs can be due to some kind of food sensitivity. And then as well as making sure to take some kind of probiotics, being with a supplement or some high quality yogurt. If you choose, there's no sensitivity to dairy at all. And you can do this as well with foods such as kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, and then the other ones listed as well in there are just some high probiotic foods that you can also use instead if you prefer to get your probiotics from food rather than supplements. So just to tie this together, like I said before, 80% of your immune system is within your gut. So you want to make sure to keep your gut health nice and high by reducing these foods that are known to be causative agents with sensitivity, as well as sugar. I think I read one time that 1 teaspoon of sugar will decrease the effectiveness of your immune system by 50% for about an hour. So just to give you an idea of how the effects of processed sugar on your immune system. So I want to talk about some natural approaches to allergy season. So raw local honey is something that people have used. You want to make sure that it's raw and local because you want the local pollens to have been processed within that honey so that your body can build up an immunity to it. There's also Allyhist relief, and that's a supplement that we sell at the office. It's all natural, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in detail. But if you're looking for something that doesn't have any kind of nasty side effects, like any kind of drowsiness or fatigue, this is a good route to go. There's also a Neti Pot or a saline rinse so that you can rinse out the nasal cavity of any kind of pollen, as well as making sure to wash your face and hair regularly to remove any kind of pollen that might be attached to your skin, to your hair. Even guys with beards, make sure to wash your beard really well when you're in the shower to get rid of any kind of excess pollen that might be hanging out in there. And then as well as get adjusted, like I mentioned before, keeping the spine in alignment is going to make sure that your central nervous system can talk and communicate with the rest of the body properly, especially the immune system, which is the focus of this presentation, so that your body can adapt and respond to outside allergens and pollens. So here's just a little bit more information about raw local honey, and I put a chart in here that talks about the difference between regular honey and raw honey and why raw honey is a better option for overall health as well as helping with allergies in your immune system. I'm not going to go through all of these here. You guys can pause this here and just read through all of these. So I want to talk a little bit more about the Allyhist. And like I said before, it's an all-natural herbal formula designed to help, like they say here, to support the upper respiratory tract as well as reducing sensitivities to food without the drowsiness effects of regular over-the-counter synthetic allergy medications, as well as sometimes you'll get anxiety or insomnia from the ones that increase your heart rate, so that's never a good thing either. It contains vitamin C, bromelain, rice bran, turmeric, ginger root, licorice root, and then as well as digestive enzymes, which is protease, lipase, amylase, and cellulase, to help with reducing food sensitivities. But as you can see, these are all natural, and you can always just go ahead and Google this. It's by Biogenesis, Allyhist Relief, and you can get some more information on that if you choose to go this route. And then to talk about the Neti Pot, a lot of you guys have probably used this and some of you guys probably haven't. But basically the concept behind it is to just get in and rinse out the sinuses. It mostly covers the maxillary sinuses, which is the ones that are closest to the nose, and then the septum as well. So what you want to make sure with a neti pot is to not use tap water. Tap water contains bacteria and other particles that we do not want to put anywhere near our upper respiratory tract, because there is a chance that a bacterial infection can form, get worse, and then you do not want this crossing the blood-brain barrier and causing any kind of inflammation within the brain, because that can be very, very dangerous. So again, no tap water. The water that you use needs to be filtered. And if you don't have any kind of access to filtered water, then make sure to boil the water, I would say for about 10 minutes, and then put it in the fridge, and then do not keep that any longer than about 24 hours. Just dump it after 24 hours and then just reboil some new water. So I kind of want to just do a little recap. This was a little bit shorter of a health talk here. So in order to boost your immune system, which will ultimately help your body fight off allergens, environmental allergens, and then maybe even some food allergen sensitivities, you want to make sure that you get adjusted so you can keep your central nervous system open and free so that your immune system can function properly. Clean up your diet, avoid any kind of foods that you might be sensitive to, any kind of trigger foods. Make sure to exercise, because that's important for the body, as well as just helping with you feel good overall, and then fighting infection as well. And then sleep. Sleep is huge. If you had the choice between exercising and then getting more sleep, I would choose getting more sleep, because that's way more effective than going and working out and making your body more exhausted. Sleep is when our bodies, hit the reset button. It's when we do a lot of detoxification naturally. So I would say that sleep on top over exercise is probably more important. But both, ideally. A healthy balance is good. So all of these combined will go ahead and just increase the immune response, helping to decrease allergies using all of these techniques. And then if that isn't enough for you, you can always throw in these different natural methods, such as what I mentioned before, the raw local honey, the Allyhist, which we have available at the office, or you can look it up online. I'm sure you can order it off of their website. Using a neti pot to help flush any kind of pollen and just rinse any kind of bacteria or viruses that might be within the nasal passages, as well as the sinuses. And then wash your face and hair regularly to remove pollen. And again, guys with beards, make sure to wash your beards or your mustaches when you're in the shower, when you wash your face, just to get that extra pollen that might be stuck in there. Alright, so thanks again for listening, guys. I hope this was helpful, especially right now with allergy season upon us. And I hope that you guys follow me again for our next health talk. Have a great night.